Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. Today, before we go into other verses of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, let us talk about uh, something which is connected to the verses but which is different from it in the sense that from the Mahabharata these stories have been taken but they are not directly related to Srimad Bhagavad Gita. First, there is an English proverb, from the sublime to the ridiculous, it is but a step. That means that the mightiest of guys have fallen flat on their face in a jiffy. Second, you are judged by the company you keep. Third, the graveyard is full of indispensable men. Now, these are three proverbs from the English language which I will try to prove through Mahabharata for you people and your benefit. There were two Brahmanas. One was called Acharya Drona and the other was called Sudama. The credentials of Acharya Drona were superb to say the least. His father was none other than the great sage and Maharishi Bharadwaja. Acharya Drona was an extremely gifted and intelligent person who was taught martial arts by none other than Lord Parashurama. Acharya Drona could have settled down as a teacher of martial arts and lived a comfortable, revered, respected life as an acharya. But he chose not to do so. Acharya Drona was greedy and avaricious, and he had very material ambitions. He wanted to rule over a large territory and to possess material possessions. A Brahmana is not supposed to do that. Actually, ruling a country or making money are in the passion mode and not in the goodness mode. The Brahmana belongs to the goodness mode. There is nothing wrong in his having possessions, material possessions, or becoming wealthy, but they should be as per the principles laid down in the Brahmana mode. A Brahmana is supposed to go higher up into the spiritual mode whenever it is possible. Acharya Drona did not do that. We all know what Acharya Drona did in his lifetime. Now, it is but a step from the sublime to the ridiculous. Acharya Drona, who should have been revered, respected, and worshipped, was cursed by none other than his own best friend Drupal and his own disciple Bhima. Bhima went to the extent of asking Acharya Drona what you Brahmana are doing in a Kshatriya battlefield. Actually, he was trying to point out to Acharya Drona that he had no business in the Kurukshetra war. Yet, because of his greed and his avariciousness, he not only joined Duryodhana and the Kauravas in the battlefield, but he also forced his own brother-in-law Kripacharya and his own son Ashwathama to join him. What happened in the end was that such a nice person, such a knowledgeable and intelligent person as Acharya Drona was ignominiously beheaded in the center of the battlefield by Dhrishtadyumna. On the other hand, we will talk about another Brahmana, Sudama. Sudama was a very poor Brahmana whose father was an ordinary priest. Because this boy was poor, he met and befriended none other than Lord Krishna, who was very opulent and well settled in life. Sudama was older than Krishna, but he hung around with Krishna only so that he could get some food. He went to Sandipan Muni along with Krishna because he was also sponsored to get some education there. Sudama remained poor. He got married. Got married. Then he joined as a priest and lived a very he joined some temple, became a priest, and started earning a living as a very humble Brahmana for him and his family. Despite his depravity and poverty, he remained loyal to Lord Krishna and was a true Brahmana in the sense that he spent all his free time thinking about God. Ultimately, what happened was, at the behest of his own wife, he went and met Lord Krishna and came back with lot of material opulences for himself and his family. Despite being so rich, Sudama never forgot the Lord. He remained devoted to the Supreme Soul and spent his rest of his life remembering God, worshipping God, meditating within, and enjoying all opulences that Lord Himself had given him. This is a lesson to all of us. It is better to live an humble life and be devoted to God. And எத்தனை தடவை சொல்லுவேன் எத்தனை தடவை சொல்லுவேன் என்ன நீ ஓ என்னமா